yes, I'll be there in a minute. Let me set up one more thing, and I'm gonna be right with y'all and tell you about all the new stuff I got. Gonna make you work tonight. How's that? How do you like to work? Nah, nobody likes to work. Yeah, but you will. I mean, I don't understand why people, oh, I want an easy job. You know, like I was talking to the guy today who was a soccer player and he wanted to do something. And I said, boy, don't you like playing soccer? He said, yeah, it's fun. And I said, well, would you like playing against a 5-year-old and winning all the time? I said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's sort of a little boring, isn't it? You're right. And that's why it's important, you know, to work hard, I think. This is what we want to do. Life is pretty lousy if you're not working hard. Hi, yes, let me get my act together here a little bit. That's why I just let people realize that I'm around. Let's see, now is the time. Is the time to learn how to get money. Get free money, really, right? You get free money for any idea you have. That's right. Any idea. I mean, don't you think there's a lot of things wrong in the world? Wouldn't you like to change shit out there and everything? Now is the time to learn how to get free money for any idea you have to change the world. And you can nowadays. That's what's so neat, I think, about our current society, right? Let me just finish this a little bit. Oh, it types, it makes mistakes just like I did in grade school. Doesn't know how to spell. I still don't know how to spell. Ah, gosh, you know, that's why I plagiarize most of my books. You know, my first New York Times bestseller was, I plagiarized it from the government. The government has a book called The Catalog of Federal Domestic Assistance. And I took that and just really cut and pasted it, sent it to New York, became a New York Times bestseller. Oh, Tina, I was looking for you the other day. I sent you a note, I think. I wonder if you got it. Let's see. Talk, that's what I want. T-A-L-K. I've been having a lot of fun with my talk stuff. You know, if you go to lesko.com/talk, that it's, let's see, now let's see if we're on Facebook, YouTube, at least $50 over the internet. Do you recall? What do you mean $50 over the internet? That's your free money. Oh, you again, John. Oh, thanks for coming back. Everybody, we're back with a whole new show. I don't know if you call them shows. I mean, to me, I used to be a professor in computer science back in the 70s. That's right, the 70s. That's when computers were bigger than this kitchen I'm in. Oh, the Canadian, did you ask me? I answered 3 questions about, you know, is there money like this in Canada or not? And I really don't know, because but I almost did a book in Canada like this, but this was years ago. And my understanding, and you know, you go and research this if I'm wrong. Last week you mentioned that a way to get paid at least $50 on the internet. Do you remember how? Boy, I forget. I'll have to go through my stuff. Maybe it was through shiftgig.com. So look at that. That's how to get. I have deals worth millions. I need to know what to do. Oh, okay. Well, let's cover that a little later, or offline, or whatever. I want to cover something else tonight. that I think is very important, because we all have ideas, you know, and that's what's great about life. Getting up in the morning and having something you think is important that other people should know about, that you should be doing. That, yeah, shiftgid.com, right? That's it. That you should know about, and other people should know about, and we should do something as a society about, if they only knew things like you do. Okay, now when I grew up, is that to able to do this and to be able to publish your ideas, to get that information out, or whatever you wanted to do, you had to write a book, right? Or you had to be someone famous, or something like that, or you know, get on some big TV show, and that's not possible for many people, right? It became possible for me only by accident, you know. But now it's possible for anybody to get their message out, you know, and get paid to do it. Now, sure, it's not 100% guaranteed, nothing is, but you have the opportunity. And with the opportunity, I mean, that becomes trying. It's like, you know, going and panning for gold. Sure, you're not gonna, you know, there's no guarantee you're gonna hit a big gusher, or whatever they call it, you know, in finding a pot of gold, but there is a chance to do it. You know, if you're in a place where other people are doing it and it's happening and whatever, well then, God, you get your pick and shovel, man, and get out there and start banging away, because that's the only way you're going to get it, right? A big gold nugget. And now that's become possible for everybody. That's right. Everybody can do that. You know, but you have to know how to use the system. And now the system is free. You don't even have to pay for a pick. You don't have to pay for Levi jeans. You know, that's how Levi jeans started. They were making pants for people who were out in San Francisco, you know, trying to make millions in panning gold way back in the 18, whatever the heck it was, you know. And so that's why they made these tough pants out of real heavy fabric and rivets instead of sewing the seams and all that kind of stuff. So you don't even need that, because on the internet it takes very few skills, and now there's what's called platforms that let you do this now for free, no matter who the hell you are. You don't have to know anybody. You don't have to be a fat cat. You don't even have to know expertise. I mean, I've talked to people got out of jail and then went on the internet, raised, you know, $10,000, $15,000 to do a record. He wanted to do a rap, you know, on a record. Now he couldn't get, the banker wouldn't even let him in the building if he's looking for money. But they do on the internet, see? You get that kind of money no matter who the hell you are. You know, now it takes, you have to figure out the system, and it's just trial and error, but it's free to figure it out. You don't need an expert. You don't need all this other stuff that people are selling you, you know, to figure out how it is. No, you just spend some, you know, seat on the, what do you call it, your butt in the seat time, and figure it out yourself. You fail a couple of times, you know, whatever. You try it. It's sort of like hitting a baseball. You don't get up, oh, I'm going to hit a home run. No, nobody does that. You know, so you have to be willing to, okay, you swiff a couple times, you dribble a couple times until you get the knack out of it. That's the only way it's going. But you have a chance to play, no matter, you know, with a nickel in your pocket. You could go out and do something. Now here, I like, if you have a minute, you ever hear of Kickstarter? That's you know, there's about 1,000 crowdfunding sites where you could go put your idea on a site, you know, on one of these websites. Millions of people every day are coming to these websites looking for ideas to invest in, you know, and this is for inventions, it's for musicians, it's for, and now here, writers. This is a person with a story to tell. If you go to Kickstarter.com, Kickstarter. Okay, Kickstarter.com, and put in the search there, an act of worship. Okay, an act of worship. Okay, this is a young woman. She's a struggling little filmmaker. Okay, now do you think that she's Muslim descent, yeah, or whatever you call it as religion? She's a Muslim, American though, living here and everything. And so now we have this ban on Muslims, you know, and it's making, you know, the non-terrorist Muslims feel shitty, right? And so what we're doing to the other people, we're categorizing. I mean, it's a form of racism we're doing now, right? Just because people are Muslim. So she wanted to tell this story. Tell the story of the Muslims. Okay, she's going to write a book. No, she knows how to make film. Okay, she's done it. So she wants to make a film. Okay, she has no money to make a film, right? She doesn't know how to get money to make a film, right? Well, go to this, Kickstarter.com, and put an act of worship. And you'll see her Kickstarter campaign. Sure. Now, now I've interviewed maybe about 700, 800 people who've done this, who had ideas for business, who had ideas to solve problems in their neighborhood, who had ideas to get extra money for their neighbor who lost the job. That's right. Who had ideas to get, they couldn't afford, dental care and found money to do that this way. This is an incredible thing. Like even for artists, I don't know if you realize this, but things like these websites, the crowdfunding websites, now give more money to artists than the National Endowment of the Arts. You hear of the National Endowment of the Arts? Okay. National Endowment of the Arts is a government program, that we have, in the federal government that gives out money to artists, okay? Now, most artists know about it. Oh, get a government grant if you're an artist, okay? That comes from the National Endowment of the Arts, okay? Now, this website gives out more money and grants than the National Endowment of the Arts for artists. That's right. And now, even for people who have a story to tell, like an act of worship about what we're doing to the Muslim community in our country. And so she's telling that story. Like she needs $10,000 to make the film so she could get the film out there and educate people about the Muslim faith and what it's all about. Because now, if you're not aware of this, you think they're all, hiding bombs or something like that. And that's that's just stupid. But if you don't know, that's how I grew up in the 50s thinking Russians were like that. Now they're invited to the White House, aren't they? Until I met some, then it was so different, and so here she is in an act of worship on Kickstarter. A great woman. Actually, when she was in town to film this, she's as I say, a struggling filmmaker, and so she stayed here in our home when she was filming some of this. So that's why I'm biased, so I know this person. But you see a little clip of the film she made. She explains it, but it's really a clip of her explaining why she wants to do this film. Okay, now she's looking for $10,000. Look at that. She already has almost half of it. She has $4,800, $4,805. She's halfway there. So she always has $4,800 of free. And what it cost her to put this website, absolutely gazoopski, nothing. And if you go to my website, I have a website where I have over 2,000 videos on, and most of them are people who've done, Kickstarter campaigns or crowdfunding campaigns, got money for anything. And if you go to Big Data Lesko, big, BIGDATA, Lesko.com, and look at the videos there, and you'll see hundreds and hundreds of people that I personally interviewed on Skype all over the world that are using this to change their life. Retired people that have ideas for new little products, and they go on there. Like this guy was a camp. He loved to go around in his RV camping and stuff like that. And he found out this new way to make fires better out in the woods. So he designed this little gadget, and he was able to get like $15,000 to take this product and make take this idea, make a product out of it, and now it's bigger than his ordinary retirement income. See, that's what's happening on this stuff. You could take ideas and not have the product. See, what's so great about it, you could have an idea for a business, not even have the business yet. You go on here and say, hey, you guys give me some money if you think this is cool, and when I get it made, in 6 months or whatever, I'll send you one. Wow. This is the only place this happens. Could you imagine going into Macy's and saying, well, the picture of that gray sweater looks nice. Here's the money. I'll be back at Christmas and pick it up. That's what they're doing on the internet. So what is so great about this, see, like her and her video, okay, it's called An Act of Worship on Kickstarter. If you go there and see, now what she's doing is getting also an audience. See, what's happening, she's getting all this free publicity about a movie she doesn't even have yet, right? So why invest all the money, of your own money, or get loans or whatever it is, to do a product or to do a movie or to write a book even, when instead you just describe it, sort of like maybe this is what it's going to be, Hey, you guys think it's a good idea? Now there's 66 people think that's a good idea already and gave her money. Give her $5,000. Where else is it that easy to get $5,000, yeah? And she doesn't even have the book yet, nothing, the video, anything, the product or whatever. So you got this before they get anything. And then now you go and do it. See, now isn't that genius? That's why I think all this now is going to change our life completely, because now, see, normally what people have done is they go to somewhere like a venture capitalist, some fat cat, like, oh, I need all this money to invest in, some idea I have, or some book or movie or whatever it is. And then they get the money from the fat cat, then make the product, then go out and try to sell it to customers. And what happens? Nobody buys it. Okay. Well, here, see, you're doing it all at once. You're getting the money ahead of time before you do the book. Before you do the movie, before you make the product, you have the money before you did anything. Now you know for sure that you have customers, because you're holding their money already, and they don't have bupkis. They don't have anything anyway yet. So that's what's really cool about our economy. So this is what's happening now. I mean, that means we could grow faster, because now you're not wasting time trying to get money, trying to write your book, do your film, create your product or anything, and then go out and look for customers, And that means you have to get in bed with some fat cat who's going to tell you what to do for the rest of your life, But no, you cut out all that, and you go right to the people. And that's what, the internet does. You write to the people and say, hey, this is for sale. You guys, anybody want to buy this? Wow, I got 66 people doing it. So I got to market. Now I got enough money to make it. So now I go back and blah, 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 make it, because I already got customers already. Yeah, I got to send it to them. Now isn't that terrific? Now that's what's happening. That's why I think, in our country now, things are changed so much, because of things like this, and that we all can do so much. And it doesn't matter if you fail. Somebody said, oh, you don't know how to do it. Or, well, you didn't know how to walk when you started either, and you did it, right? You didn't know how to drive a car when you started, but you did it. And that's what it all takes, is just doing it. And you do it, then the next time you do it better, and then you do it better, and then you do it better. And you'll see the videos that I have of people who have done it 3 times before they got it right. But nothing will happen if you do nothing. That's for sure. Now, if you at least do something, maybe it may happen, maybe it won't, but you got some kind of a chance. If you don't do anything, you got no chance in hell. Nothing's going to happen to you. So that's why you may not know what to do, but the thing for sure is, don't do nothing. It doesn't matter what the hell you do, as long as you're not doing nothing. Anything else you do, don't even tell anybody, because they don't fucking know. Nobody knows. Everybody's guessing. Yeah, that's the key. Yeah, is that we're all guessing. The experts are guessing. Everybody's guessing. So you just go out and do it. You got an idea, like you think, like this nice young woman had about her an act of worship about Muslims, and wants to tell the people the other side of that story. She thought that was important. And that's what's neat about the internet. You could take your heart, what's in your heart, and throw that on the table to people and let them take a look at that so they could see what's in it. That's why so many people want to have a PowerPoint and be slick and all that kind of stuff. Man, that's not talking to anybody's heart. You got to reach somebody in the heart by talking from the heart. That's the only way you reach somebody, is talking with your heart. That's how you reach people. It's hard. So that's why she has an important message that she wants to get out. And now, if she went to some big, try to get, some cable company to do it, everybody's going to tell her how to do it, right? No, you do it the way you want, and you throw your heart on it. That's what art is. That's what we all have to contribute to each other. is what's unique about us. So we could share with everybody else what's unique, what's different about us. That's what makes us special in life. What's different? Not the same. See, you go to some fat cat, they want you to be the same as somebody who just was successful at something. So be just like them. Who knows they're not going to work again? No. Everybody told that guy who just made something very famous, they couldn't do it, but he did it anyway and became famous. Now everybody wants to copy him. You know, and that's the important thing, that you're sharing as much as you can with the rest of us. Okay, now how do you do one of these Kickstarter campaigns? Well, you follow directions. There's, like I say, 1,000 of them. If you just sort of like put best Kickstarter websites or best crowdfunding websites, you'll see the top. I mean, there's Indiegogo, there's Kickstarter, and 1,000 others, and they're the big one. GoFundMe is another big one. Now, the biggest ones I think are Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Kickstarter, though, be careful that you can't keep the money unless you make all the money you need. On a lot of the other ones, it doesn't matter. You only get $1, they send you $1. You get $1 million, they send you the $1 million. Kickstarter is you have to put a goal, and if you don't reach your goal, you get nothing. So that's why maybe a lot of people do is put a small goal, because maybe there's more traffic. See, on some of these websites, they have more traffic. More people are looking at them than others. Another thing to do is maybe hook up with somebody else. So like your idea here of worship or something. So you get some nonprofit organization to work with you, so they have lists or something like that. There's a way to do it. I was talking to a guy today who wanted to sell music, and I said, why don't you do songs about people recovering from drug addiction, And he said, yes, actually, I had one of those. Okay, so now he's going to hook up with a local drug addiction center and do a Kickstarter campaign or a campaign on crowdfunding, so he has something like that, and raise money. So now he has some other holy water. He's not just a guy singing a song, right? He's a guy working with this nonprofit organization who's curing drug addiction, And that's a cool idea, the way to get things out there, a little more than just, what normal people may try. And that's why it's how to be creative. But it doesn't matter if you're not. You get more creative by failing. I mean, that's the smartest thing I've ever gotten in life is when my back is against the wall, man. When my back is against the wall, man, I get smarter and smarter. I have a lot of money. I'm stupid. I'm throwing money around. Most of it doesn't do shit. Acknowledge your compliments if real. I acknowledge my comments if real. Can you put the French guy, all you buy your suits from thrift stores, I don't know what that means, but no, I actually get them from Vietnam. The same guys who tried to kill me 30, 40 years ago now make my suits. Yeah, I just got a new one today. Oh, am I so happy. Oh, I'll show you that someday. I'll wear it the next week or two. Man, it's multicolored. Oh, it's real dizzy and funky and whatever, but full of question marks. But that's what life is about. And that's why I like one of the question mark suits, because it makes me not fit in. I've lost millions of dollars wearing it. People didn't want me on TV shows and everything. That's why I think now you have to think differently to succeed. You can't do the same old, what used to work, because what used to work doesn't work anymore. Ask Donald Trump. Or actually ask the people who lost the election. They were trying to copy what used to work, and then they don't work anymore. So that's why these kinds of tools in our society, things like crowdfunding. Like I do research, okay? If you don't know my work, I'll do a research report. So like for anybody, and I'll show you 300 ways to get extra free money for grants or places like this, shared economy or crowdfunding, 300 places for where you live, and that's what we need to know about these alternative sources. That's what I'm all about, alternative ways to get money. You want to do it the old traditional ways, fine. That doesn't work for all of us. But there are other ways, and these are growing ways. The others are shrinking ways. Getting a normal job is shrinking. Getting a gig job, or 3 of them, is growing. Where are you from? I'm in California. I'm in Washington, D.C. What does that Brooks Brothers get you, Taylor? No, I get it from Vietnam. I'm going to check out this guy. Link to his bio. Well, yeah, I'm around. I've been around 40 years or something like that. Now I'm 74, so I've been doing this work for 30, 40 years, probably about 40 years. Hey, Riddle Guy, what do you think of the boom in cryptocurrencies this year? Yeah, I mean, the Federal Reserve thinks it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just when, what, how, whatever. It looks like a train that's not stopping. So the same way with this other ways. I mean, look at everybody's trying to stop Airbnb, but there's 1 million people making money off of Airbnb. Yeah, they only have like 4,000 employees, but 1 million people are making money from it, and they're now the biggest hoteler in the world. And like Hyatt has like 150,000 employees, and Airbnb is worth like 2 or 3 times Hyatt is. And they only have 3,000 places, but nobody's making money off of Hyatt except the investors. And now, but 1 million average people are making money on Airbnb. So that's right. It's a whole new ballgame. It's all changing. The cloud made it happen because now that makes things a lot less complicated everywhere in the world. Everything that we're doing now is less complicated. Before we used to have before Uber, we used to call a cab, right? And they said, oh, we'll be there in 20 minutes, and they never did, right? But now we just click our phone and point it. We see the cab right around the block, and he's there, So that's why the world is changing. And sure, everything old won't go away overnight, but it's not growing, And so it's the new stuff is growing, and it's fun to be in something that is new. All you are is a pitchman. Yeah, you're right. I haven't bought a suit off the rack since college 6 years ago. Oh, French guy. Oh, yeah, well, I like French girls. I just saw some friends at a French wedding. Boy, everybody was dressed very nicely. I thought, what do you think about the Bitcoin? I mentioned that. Yeah, I think that's here to stay. I proved you wrong. Me? What? I don't know. I mean, you're not a guy. Are you rich? Rich in what? They're the wrong question. That's why we're the question marks. It's really, the questions are important. The answers are easy. You get 1 million answers, to anything. It's important to ask the right questions. So let me tell you again about this Kickstarter campaign. Kickstarter.com, and you put in an act of worship. You want to see how she did it, is think of ideas, think of these places and how to do it. If I could help you find more sources, even like extra money to live on while you're doing this, or money buy houses, or start businesses and stuff like that, that's what I do. And that's at lesko.com/research. Also, if you want to just talk, like today I talked to somebody that actually, he had a new service on the web. And I talked about how he could get $10,000 a month of spending money to advertise his website by just hooking up with a nonprofit. And so it's stuff. I just study alternative ways to do anything. So if I can help you, and that you need extra money to pay bills or start businesses or buy houses or be a real estate investor, all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm good at, And lesko.com/research or /talk, T-A-L-K, and that's all small words. Hook up with a nonprofit to do what? To do anything. You got to be clever enough to do that. Like this baker I talked to at a failing bakery out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I said, okay, now how are you going to get money? Okay, well, actually, how about using crowdfunding? You go to a senior home and say, okay, we're going to give beautiful birthday cakes for every time somebody in a senior home has a birthday. Could be their last birthday, right? Okay, and so now what to do is do a crowdfunding campaign with the senior center so they could raise money to buy your cakes. See? So now you have the senior center, raising the money to buy your cakes. They're getting advertisement. You're getting advertisement, and you're getting somebody to pay for all the bakery you're going to give them. See? And that's why it's being clever. There's always more than one way to do anything. Crowdfunding campaign. Yeah, sure. Are you black? Yeah, you get a lot of weird people on this. Some of these things. I need to pick your brain for my invention. Need direction to get started. Yeah, lesko.com/talk. TALK, all in small letters. Lesko.com /talk. TALK. I graduate at 21 with my first. Oh, I lost that. Patriots. What is that? I can't get the new ones. Oh gosh. French guy, it sucks to be like. I don't know. I mean, you want to badmouth me, that's fine. Better people have done that. Don't have much time for that. Except I'm 35 and pretty well. Oh, good for you. I think wealth is an indication of anything. At least happiness. I mean, God, happiness to me is having something you think is important to do every day. And that's, I think, the most important. You want to get up and work as hard as you can on something that you feel is important to do. And that's what crowdfunding, like this woman, on the Kickstarter campaign, an act of worship. I mean, she thinks this is so important. So she's going on the internet trying to raise $10,000 to do that. She already has $5,000. Never done it before. Trying to figure it out, whatever. Maybe fail, maybe not, or whatever. And that's what's important, that you're trying. And that's what life is all about. Life is all about trying. Nobody knows. I mean, if you had a little kid, running in a race and they came in last, I mean, what are you going to, oh, you lazy shit, why'd you come in last? No, you just ask the little kid if they tried. That's all. Do they try? Yeah, that's all you can ask. The same thing. We're all little kids inside. So just ask yourself, did you try? That's it. So just get out and try. Okay, guys, I gotta go out. I gotta do a phone call soon on lesko.com/talk. I got an appointment to call somebody, talk on that. I also have a freebie you can download too, lesko.com/5free. And that's all small letters too, the number 5, then FREE. And that gives you the best starting places to find free money on anything. Where do you get all that energy? You find something you love to do in life. Yeah. And then I just can't wait to get up and do it. That's right. I love going to sleep so I can get up, not the rest, so I can get up and do it. Let's see the new jacket before you go. Oh, the new jacket. Oh, I see. Here, let me. It just came in upstairs, but here's what it looks like. This is a fabric. This is from a place down in North Carolina, I think it is, called Spoon Flower. You send them a graphic, and they make you the yard of fabric, 10 yards, as many yards as you want. It's real cheap, too. So you don't have to buy a big bulk to this stuff. So I buy a couple of yards, real cheap, send it to Vietnam, and they make a soup. Great. See you guys. Ciao. What's it called? Spoon Flower. Spoon Flower is where the suit's from.